1 tablespoon of something sitting in your kitchen right now. And your tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers will produce more fruit than they ever have. I'm not talking about a fertilizer you buy. I'm not talking about something you order online. I'm talking about ingredients most gardeners already own. And when you combine them on a specific weekly schedule, your plants stop struggling and start producing. I tested this for a full growing season. I documented everything. Today, I'm giving you the exact formulas, the exact ratios, and the exact weekly schedule that changed my harvests completely. No fluff, no products to buy, just results. Drop your country in the comments right now and tell me what you're growing this season. I want to know where in the world this is going to work for you. The problem nobody talks about here, what I kept getting wrong before I figured this out. I was feeding my plants, but I wasn't feeding them the right way. Most gardeners do the same thing. They water in some fertilizer, hope for the best, and wonder why their tomatoes are still small or their peppers aren't setting fruit properly. What changed everything for me was realizing there are 3 ways to feed a plant: through the roots, through the leaves, and through the soil itself. Most of us only use one. And the best part, you don't need expensive products to do the same thing commercial growers do. What I'm going to show you uses 2 simple formulas made from kitchen ingredients most of us already have. Formula 1 goes on the leaves. It feeds the plant from the top and protects it at the same time. Formula 2 goes into the soil. It wakes up what's already down there so your roots can do their job properly. Together, on a simple weekly schedule, these 2 things produced results in my garden that I honestly didn't expect. Let me show you exactly what they are. Formula 1, the Milk Shield Foliar Spray Hack 1. I want to start with the one that surprised me most. Because when my neighbor first told me to spray milk on my tomato plants, I thought she was joking. She was. Diluted milk sprayed directly on leaves does something most store-bought sprays can't do at the same time. It feeds the plant and protects the leaves in one application. Here's the simple version of why it works. Milk contains natural calcium, and when you spray it directly on the leaf surface, the plant pulls that calcium in through the leaf itself, not through the roots. Why does that matter? Because blossom end rot, that black rotting patch on the bottom of your tomatoes and peppers, happens when the plant can't move calcium fast enough to the developing fruit. The soil often has enough calcium, the problem is delivery speed. Spraying it directly on the leaves is a shortcut that bypasses that whole problem. The plant gets calcium exactly where it needs it when it needs it. And there's a second thing milk does that took me completely by surprise. It suppresses powdery mildew, that white dusty coating that shows up on cucumber and squash leaves and eventually kills the plant. The proteins in milk create a thin protective layer on the leaf surface that powdery mildew simply struggles to take hold on. I stopped losing cucumber plants mid-season after I started using this spray. That alone made it worth it. The exact formula: 1 part whole milk, 9 parts water. That's your ratio. For a regular spray bottle, about 30 milliliters of milk, topped up to 300 milliliters with water. Add 1 single drop of dish soap, just 1. This helps the spray spread evenly across the leaf instead of rolling off in droplets. How to apply it? Always spray in the evening, never in strong afternoon sun. Milk residue in direct heat will leave a film that blocks light instead of helping the plant. Evening gives the solution the whole night to absorb. Spray both the top and underside of the leaves. The underside is where most of the absorption happens. Apply once every week throughout the fruiting season. What you'll notice: after the first week, leaves will look slightly deeper green and almost waxy. After 2 weeks, new growth comes in fuller and stronger. By the end of the first month, fruit set improves noticeably, and on my plants, blossom end rot was completely gone. 1 tablespoon of milk per application, cost is essentially nothing. That is Formula 1. If you enjoy practical garden systems that cost almost nothing, subscribe to Plant Space Collective. New videos every week, zero fluff. Formula 2, the Yeast Soil Drench Hack 2. Now we go into the soil. And this is where I want you to think about something simple before I give you the formula. Think of your soil like a garden workforce. When that workforce is active and healthy, your plants get fed continuously without you doing anything extra. Roots push deeper, plants grow stronger, fruit comes heavier. When that workforce is tired or inactive, your plants are working with almost nothing, no matter how much you pour on top. The yeast soil drench is a wake-up call for tired soil. It doesn't replace what's in your soil, it activates it. Yeast is a living thing. When you dissolve it in warm water with a little sugar, it wakes up fast. When that solution hits the soil, it gets the root zone working again almost immediately. Roots start pushing harder, they reach further, they access more of what's already sitting in the soil doing nothing. I noticed a change in my plants within the first week of using this. The soil around the treated beds looked different, darker, more crumbly, almost alive-looking in a way I hadn't seen before. And then the plants started showing it too. Deeper color, stronger stems, fruit sizing faster than the untreated side of my garden. The exact formula: 1 packet of active dry yeast, 7 grams. 1 tablespoon of sugar. 1 liter of warm water, not hot, warm, think bathwater temperature. Dissolve the sugar in the warm water first, then add the yeast. Leave it for 30 to 45 minutes, you'll see it start to foam and bubble, that's how you know it's ready. Once it's foaming, pour that whole mixture into 10 liters of plain water. That is your application solution. How to apply it? Pour about 1 liter around the base of each plant, right into the root zone. Apply in the morning so the solution works through the soil while temperatures rise through the day. Apply once every 2 weeks, not more often. Give the soil time to respond between applications. One thing to avoid: don't apply this during a heat wave. Extreme soil heat will knock the yeast out before it can do anything useful. Wait for a cooler day. What you'll notice: first week, soil texture around the base of your plants starts to change. It becomes looser and darker. Weeks 2 and 3, plants noticeably perk up, growth becomes more aggressive, leaves get fuller. By week 4, fruit output increases clearly, cucumbers come faster. Pepper walls get thicker, tomato clusters carry more fruit. This is not a slow burn. You will see it working. And unlike a bag of fertilizer that gives one quick boost and fades, this keeps building through the whole season because you're improving the soil itself, not just topping it up. The baking soda balance hack 3. There's a third piece to this system that most gardeners skip entirely. And when they skip it, the first 2 formulas don't reach their full potential. Here's the simple way to think about it. Even good soil can underperform if conditions are off. Your plants can struggle to use nutrients that are already sitting right there in the soil, not because the nutrients are missing, but because something is blocking them. Baking soda applied in small amounts once a month helps keep conditions in the right range for tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers. These 3 crops all like the same environment. When the soil is in that sweet spot, everything else you give them just works better. The milk spray absorbs more efficiently, the yeast drench produces stronger results, your plants stop fighting and start producing. It's one of those things you don't notice when it's right. You only notice it when it's wrong and your plants underperform for no obvious reason. The exact application: 1 tablespoon of baking soda dissolved in 1 full gallon of water. Pour it slowly around the base of your plants as a drench. Do this once per month. Don't apply it on the same day as your yeast drench. Space them at least a week apart so each can do its job without interference. That's it. 1 tablespoon once a month, your entire system starts working more efficiently. The weekly schedule hack 4. Here is the schedule I run in my own garden. This is exactly what produced the results I'm about to show you. Write this down or screenshot it right now. Week 1. Monday morning, yeast soil drench, 1 liter poured around the base of each plant. Wednesday evening, milk shield foliar spray, both sides of all leaves. Week 2. Wednesday evening, milk spray only, no soil drench this week. Week 3. Monday morning, yeast soil drench again. Wednesday evening, milk spray. Saturday morning, baking soda balance drench, 1 gallon across the bed. Week 4. Wednesday evening, milk spray only. Then start the whole cycle again from week 1. Why this order matters. The yeast drench every 2 weeks gives the soil time to respond properly between doses. Doing it every week doesn't speed up the results. In my testing, it actually made things worse. The milk spray weekly keeps the calcium and protection layer continuous all through fruiting season. The baking soda once a month is enough. More than that isn't necessary. What this schedule does is keep all 3 systems running at the same time without any of them getting in each other's way. That's the difference between average results and the kind of harvest that makes your neighbors ask what you're doing differently. Your cost for this entire system for a full growing season: 1 carton of milk, 1 box of yeast packets, 1 box of baking soda. Under $5 total. The results, let me give you the real numbers from my garden last season. Tomatoes. Treated plants gave me an average of 31 fruits each. Untreated plants gave me 14. Not one treated plant had blossom end rot. 6 of my 10 untreated plants did. Cucumbers. Treated plants kept producing consistently for 11 weeks straight. My untreated plants hit a slowdown around week 5, which I used to think was just normal. It's not. It's a sign the plant is struggling. Treated plants never slowed down. Peppers. Fruit count more than doubled, 24 per treated plant against 11 on untreated. The peppers themselves were thicker, heavier, and better colored. These weren't small differences. They were the kind of differences that make you look at your untreated plants and feel genuinely frustrated you didn't know this sooner. The system works, the schedule works, and it cost me almost nothing to run all season. You now have the full system. 2 formulas, 1 balance step, 1 weekly schedule. All from your kitchen, all under $5 for the entire season. Start this Monday. Mix your first yeast drench Monday morning. Make your milk spray Wednesday evening. 7 days from now, your plants will already be showing you something is different. And when harvest comes, those numbers will tell the whole story. If this was useful, hit the like button. Subscribe to Plant Space Collective so you don't miss the next one. And drop your country in the comments. Tell me what you're growing this season. I read every single one. See you in the next video.